When I am running late, that is when I tend to hate myself most. And I'd say this is a good thing because recently I've understood the importance of punctuality. I wrote a little reflection about punctuality, which I thought I'd like to share with you today, and I hope you find it useful. Um, there were times, obviously, when I was a kid where actually, even up till recently, I did not value my own time. I would turn up late to everything. And when I'd make a plan with someone, say it was 10, I know in my mind that even if it's 10, I'd start getting ready at 10 to meet that person. Not only did that reflect badly on me because it showed I didn't value my time and I wasn't someone that was accountable and dependable and stuck to my word, but it also gave a bad impression for the other person. It made the other person seem like I didn't value their time either and I was just happy to make them wait. Um, off late, my view of punctuality has changed and I realize how important it is. I remember there were times when people would say, "Oh, punctuality is so important," and I'd hear it from the older and wiser, quote unquote, wiser adults, and I used to just brush it off thinking it wasn't actually important. It's only now that I'm older that I realize how important it is, especially after working now in the professional realm. Um, I remember when I was a kid, we had a school teacher, a math teacher in grade seven, and he was known for being punctual. His the clock in the classroom, you'd see around the school it was if it was 10 o'clock, his would always be 5 minutes ahead, so he'd always be on time. And he had a famous saying, and it was, "To be on time is to be late, but to be early is to be on time." All the kids, including me, would laugh at that and say, "Oh, that's such a silly thing. No one cares about time. What's plus or minus a couple of minutes?" Um, but it's only now that I realize how true that is and how much respect I have for my teacher after sharing this insight and also living by it. Um, I know from personal experience the value that I see in others when they're punctual. Um, I was living in a house, some months back, which I shared with other people, and whenever I'd make a plan to maybe have a meetup or maybe meet outside for some workouts and stuff, the people would, if I, for example, said let's meet at 9 p.m., they'd start coming at 9:30, and that's the time. And obviously that would affect my schedule because I off late have been uh, planning my days in 15-day increments. So that obviously affects my mood because I'm thinking that someone doesn't value my time. But it also, when I look at them, I no longer have that same level of respect because it just shows that they don't respect my time and they probably don't even respect their time. It just for me, it kind of shows lack of seriousness. Um, I know that there are times when I see people who always stick to time that they say that they're gonna be there. Um, my respect for them dramatically goes up, and because of the difference I see when I compare someone who comes late and doesn't respect time versus someone who is punctual, I realize that I want to be put in the basket of people who are respected for being punctual. It might seem trivial, but it really adds up to the overall impression that people have on you. Um, in a personal and professional sense, my priority now is being punctual. When I say I'm going to come at a time, I will always endeavor to come as close to that time as possible, if not on the dot. And if that means waiting for people who are not punctual, at least for me, it makes me feel good about what I've done. And it also gives me confidence in my own discipline. It shows that I'm a disciplined person, and it's training me to basically value my own time. And I also notice when I'm punctual, I plan more of my days around being punctual and sticking to the times that I set out for myself. So in that sense, it also ensures that self accountability. Um, if there's one thing I just wanted to share with you today in my reflection, it would be that don't take punctuality lightly. I think it's obviously don't be a stickler for time, but definitely try to be the punctual person in your group. Um, it speaks volumes about your respect for other people's time, but it also speaks volumes about your self discipline, and it shows that you don't take the small things lightly, which could also indicate to others that if you don't take the small things lightly, you're also someone who would be trusted with to bigger things in life, whether they be personal or professional. I hope this insight was helpful for you, and thank you very much for listening.